Hi Cancer, welcome back. So this is going to be your you versus them reading. I'm going to go back and forth between you and the person you might be dealing with. This is for mid-June going into July. And keep in mind, because it's general, it can be interchangeable. So take it as it resonates, okay? And if it doesn't, then maybe catch me next time. So hold on a second. You already had cards fly out here. So the shared energy, Cancer, is Piscean energy and the energy of Pluto. So you could be dealing with Pisces or Scorpio, or you could have that somewhere in your chart, and or it's just the influencing energies, like I said, between you and the person you're connecting with. It is a very imaginative energy, compassionate. It is a bit of like a dreamy, ethereal type of energy as well. It talks about renewing yourself and inner resources, and it can be very extreme. So, you know, I guess that's something to look out for. There can also be a type of illusionary energy between you and the person you're connecting with during June, you know, somewhat like an impractical or escapist type of energy, whether that's coming from your end or their end or both. So that could cause a little bit of instability, but we'll see. We'll go a little bit further. So Cancer, your overall supporting energy is the Hermit. So this is all about reflection and, thinking about the past as well, and kind of letting yourself also get stuck in a bit of escapism, like stuck in like a daydreaming state. So you may also really want like your alone time, okay, during this time period. But like I said, it's an enlightenment type of energy where you're taking the time to really go within and reflect on some things, particularly your emotional self. But let's see. This person's energy is the Four of Wands. So this is all about freedom for them and establishing their freedom. This also talks about wanting stability within connections or the home or the family. But I do see there might be, like I said, some upsets here. Some impractical expectations here, whether that's you doing that or them doing that. But it's all, you know, for the higher purpose of encouraging evolution of each of you and the connection, as well as gaining your personal power. So let's dive deep, shall we? Cancer, your recent past energy. Recent past energy. So you have the Ace of Swords, the King of Cups, the Emperor, the Star in the reverse. So this is recent past, okay? So I feel like Cancer, this is a lot of thinking, you know, a lot of paying attention to your thoughts. It's very interesting, you know. It's like trying to get in touch with what you're really thinking and what you're really feeling, and it's a very like spiritual energy. So some of you could have definitely been placing a lot of value into increasing your vibration spiritually or emotionally. I think you, Cancer, are trying to be open-minded, or at least in the past you were trying to be open-minded, you know, and open to things. But the energy did shift, where it became more about control and opinion and domination, and whether that's on your part or the person you're connecting with. But there's some sort of loss of faith here, you know. It's like Cancer, you were doing all of this spiritual evolution and growth, and then it's like old ways set in, or old ways of negative thinking, or, you know, there were things that occurred that just had you kind of harden up a little bit. And it's like maybe you felt like, okay, that was not true, or that was very elusive, and I should be thinking more practical and more logical. How dare I dream about things that I want and have faith, and I need to be more down to earth and focus on the problems and and this and that. And it actually impeded your ability to manifest when you did that, because you took your attention away from what you can create and you put all of it onto what the problem is. And so when you focus on problems, you get more problems. When you focus on solutions, you get more solutions. And so I think you had a mindset change there that didn't quite work out in your favor, and or the person you're connecting with. Okay, so let's look at them then and their recent past energy. So they have the Tower here and the Ace of Wands and the Seven of Wands and Judgment. So yes, there's that transformation, that change energy I was talking about earlier. You know, this person could have had things going on that felt like that was out of their control, or their desire, their passions really could have got the best of them, and that was bringing things out of control, you know, being too impulsive or following their desires without thinking about the outcome. Or you were doing that maybe because these can be interchangeable, but it caused this person to put their guard up and, you know, kind of make some really important judgment calls here, whatever that meant. I feel like this person was trying to assert themselves and what they're passionate about here, but it could have caused some instability within their life or within this connection, or an ending for some of you. But it's like, you know what, this person is in this stance where I just feel passionately about it, and that's what it is, you know, and I'm going to protect that, whatever that is. So let's go further and see what that is. So how you perceive this person, and keep in mind perception is in the eye of the beholder. So it's surface level, but we'll start there and then we'll go deeper. So what is your perception of this connection? Seven of Swords, Nine of Swords, Five of Wands. So Cancer, not the best way to see a connection. Look at that. So this connection, you perceive that is something you cannot trust, and something that makes you fearful, that kind of almost makes your blood pressure rise a little bit. It's definitely a lot of inner turmoil here going on. That's what this connection could bring out in you during this time frame, or they. But it's just like, I don't know what to feel. I don't know what to think, you know, and that may erupt in conflict during this time frame. So watch that. And or it could create this really tumultuous inner struggle cycle where you're fearing the worst and you're assuming the worst, and you're trying to read between the lines, and somebody's not being truthful, and you kind of create all of this inner dialogue that doesn't serve you, Cancer, to do that. But I think this connection brings out anxiety within you to some degree or another. I heard fear of loss for some of you. So let's see what this person's perception is then of the connection. So they have the Nine of Cups and how they perceive the connection, the Page of Cups, and the Ten of Pentacles. What a stark contrast. So this person perceives the connection as something that satisfies them, that they can have a good foundation with, that they are open to, you know, that they find happiness in. You know, I think what they find happiness in mostly about the connection, Cancer, is the stability it affords them, or the perceived stability that they get from it. Because this is this person's perception, but when they think of the connection, they think of it wholly different than you do. So this person, I would say, is thinking about the positives of the connection, the what could be's, and you're thinking about the what ifs and the fear of the connection. So not quite on the same page there, but I feel like this person is satisfied with the connection. you know, and we all want satisfaction within our connection, but the way that that came out almost seems like they're settling. So some of them may feel that way, but the overall word I got was satisfied, satisfaction. They feel they have or can have satisfaction in that connection, in the connection. So underneath all of this, so that was perception. Oops, your card's already out. Underneath the perception, now we're going to go a level deeper at the core, what you genuinely want, what are you genuinely feeling. Okay. So you have the Eight of Wands, the Nine of Cups, the Justice, the Page of Swords, the Six of Pentacles, and the Temperance. I only meant to get a few cards. I got a million. So, Cancer, you genuinely want the communication or things to progress. You want satisfaction as well, and justice and balance, and you also are open to new ideas of ways to connect, okay? So whether it's with this person or not, you're opening up yourself to new ideas about how to connect, and that could be learning about what went wrong in the past or with past connections or within this connection, but you're open to new ideas. At the core, you really truly are open to learning more about quality and give and take, and self-sufficiency as well. It's almost like you're open to new ideas about how to function within the relationship that allows this person freedom to express themselves, but also allows you the ability to feel and think what you want. Okay, so you're trying to think about how to equalize that energy out, I feel, or that's at least what you're wanting or intending for, as some sort of equalize. I don't know if that's a word, like equality, you know. So you want good conversations that satisfy you and that where you feel balance. Okay, so I think that underneath this, that's what you're genuinely reaching for, and you're trying to be open. You're trying to be open to that. So what does this person feel at the core? How do they genuinely feel at the core? They also have Temperance. That's what you had as well. The Seven of Swords, the Seven of Cups. Woo! Okay, I get it. So, if you remember 10 minutes ago, your perception of this connection was pretty dark. This person's perception was pretty light. Now that we get to the core of what's truly going on here, what you genuinely want is very light and positive. And what this person is doing at the core is what you fear, is what your perception was. So some of you are manifesting a fear here. And I know some people don't like it when I say that, because they think I would never intentionally manifest a fear. Of course you wouldn't. Of course you wouldn't. But if all you've done is place your focus in a fear-based mentality of, oh my gosh, I can't lose this person, or you know, I'm not good enough, or this is never going to work, or I'm stressed out, or they're lying to me, I know they're lying to me, you know, all those are examples. But if that's all you're focused on, all day long, then you will pull in evidence of what you're telling the universe you want. And what you're telling the universe you want is to be right, for this to be true, because that's what you think is going on. Do you really want that to be true? So that's a caution for you, Cancer. Think about what you're focusing on. If this is what you genuinely want a connection that opens you up and that you feel comfortable with, then why are you giving attention to this connection that makes you feel like this? And now that I can see this person's intentions and their feelings underneath it all, you're not incorrect. So this could be an energy that is not being truthful about what they're truly feeling. I think this person wants to be independent, but they're not necessarily revealing that as their motive. But I do feel that the motive here on this person's side is to be self-sufficient and to have freedom or some sort of independence to do what they want. They're confused. I don't think that this person is intentionally causing you strife and pain, because they view the connection really positively. But I do think their own emotional confusion about how to go about asserting what it is that they want creates distrust or some sort of anxiety here on your side or their side or both. So it's no wonder your perception is what it is. So let's look at the blocks. The blockages, the 7 of Cups and the 8 of Pentacles in the reverse on your side. So again, there's that confusion, not really being sure about where to dedicate your time and energy to, or if this is if you're willing to work on it, or if you want to work on it. I think there's a lot of contemplation going on here, okay, in your energy there, Cancer. So what is this? Woo! A person's blockage. Wow. 10 of Swords. Ooh, 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 the 5 of Swords. This person's got some nasty energy on their side here. So this person has problems letting go. You know, the way that this person goes about expressing themselves and or asserting themselves is to tear other people down, or maybe tear you down, or tear themselves down internally, because I see some insecurities here, okay, for sure. But it's just this, it's a refusing to be wrong. It's refusing to be wrong, okay, whether that's on your part or their part. So what is the most likely future outcome, Cancer, then? And keep in mind the future outcomes are based on free will. So I'm just giving you a snapshot of what I see currently, but you have the power to change that in any way that you want. So right now, as it looks, Cancer, you have the 4 of Cups, the 3 of Pentacles, the Judgment, and the Queen of Wands. So this is detaching yourself, okay, from this situation, I feel, or from these emotions that are sucking you in and sucking you dry is what I heard. But, you know, there's a sense of emotional detachment. And I think that's a good idea. I think that's a good idea, to stop putting your focus onto what you don't want, okay? And start to get really, really focused on people that are cooperative with you, or energies that create creativity or cooperation within you, and release the connections that block that. And like I said, if this person makes you feel like that, why are you giving them your attention anymore? You should take your attention back then and invest it into things that make you feel like this, which is free to be yourself, free to express yourself, creative, okay? So that changes when you change your perspective, when you change your focus here. Whether you're with this person or not with this person, it will change the energy by doing that. So let's see what this person's most likely future outcome is. The 4 of Swords, the 6 of Pentacles. You know what I heard? I heard someone say, will you just shut up already? You know, so that could be you. That could be the person you're dealing with. But someone's tired of hearing someone's opinion, or it's like, you made your point. You made your point, okay? You know, point taken. Let's move on. That type of energy, okay? And I can't tell which side that's coming from, but so take it as it resonates. But this person's if it's them, you know, they're taking the point because they're keeping their silence going into the future energy. They are deeply thinking about things, and as they should. There's a lot going on that I think that they need to process, and so I feel like this person is trying to get in touch with that and maybe keeping their silence. They're trying to be more generous than they have been, and they're open and ready for that as well. But they're also skeptical. You know, they're still not willing to budge from whatever it is that they're holding on to. You know, they're still guarded here. So, you know, and looking at the overall energy again, Cancer, let's think about this again. There was some illusions within the connection that needed to be shattered. And I think that we've spelled those out today, okay? But there's definitely some changes coming once those illusions are shattered in June, early July. And then there'll be some sort of clearing out that allows you and or this person or both to claim your personal power after, I feel like, a period of reflecting and a period of this person asserting themselves in whatever way that is. So, intense read. Let me know how this resonated for you. Zodiac signs you might be dealing with. Don't get too caught up on this as a general reading, but I'll tell you the predominant ones I see. I have Virgo, Scorpio, Pisces, Gemini, Scorpio again, Libra, Sagittarius, Pisces, Sagittarius again, Libra again, Aquarius, Aries, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, like I said earlier. So those are the predominant zodiac signs, but keep in mind it's a general reading, so take it as it resonates. Also, please do give me a like, share, and subscribe. And if you haven't yet, check out my Facebook and my Instagram linked in the description box below, and also on the About section of my page. Also, check out my merchandise if you have time. Wishing you all of the very best, and until next time, my friends, namaste.